IITs, IIMs, and NAM, where he talks about how to lead companies well. We are excited to learn from his experiences and his ideas on agribusiness and leadership. Thank you, Dr. Tripathi, for being here with us today.
Yes, good morning. And I think that I'm really thankful to the Institute and the scholars who have given this opportunity to have interactions with all the students there at NMMIS. And particularly to Dr. Desai, I think that since very long we have been talking and in touch that sometime will come and will, I think that address to the scholars at the center. But now time has come, then I am there to talk to everyone into this entire organization, and the scholars can take a couple of points, whatever they feel that is noteworthy, and at the last, whatever queries in their mind, that I would be, there to address all those queries about the topic. Dear friends, I think that before taking you all into the topic, I would tell a couple of things about agriculture. Why people are more, I think that positive about agriculture. They are thinking that earlier agriculture was not a so promising thing. People were not much uh, giving importance about agriculture, but they were thinking that agriculture is just a matter of rustics or the villagers or the illiterate people and something like that. That kind of mindset was there. But what I have been observing since very long, that there is a paradigm shift kind of thing what I do observe in agriculture. When we were studying agriculture, we were studying agriculture management. At that time, it was least priority for any parent to send their student, to send their wards to study agriculture and all. But what suddenly happened during last 1 decade or last 5 years, because of that, the agriculture scope is completely arise and it is completely vibrant across the nation. Now I can tell that the scholars who were not willing to come into the agriculture, now they are giving the top priorities to come into agriculture. You know why? Because since time of I think that civilization into Indian industry or Indian civilization, Indian peoples, that most of the person they do think that agriculture is the basis of life, and each and every person who has mouth, they need foods, they need fiber, they need shelter, and all these things cannot be even imagined keeping agriculture aside. So if you have the money or you don't have the money, in both the conditions, there is one thing which is must to live in the world, that is agriculture. During these pandemic periods, we have seen that person were running for the food, for the groceries, but they were not running for the cinema, they were not running for the tourist places and so many other things. It doesn't mean that that is not a priority. That is also a priority, but the most important, most urgent priority is certainly agriculture. My dear friends, anyone in this world, whether it may be engineer, doctor, bureaucrats, technocrats, politicians, anyone, can you take a single vertical of this entire world which can live without agriculture? I can tell that no. No one in this world can live without agriculture. My today's talk will be pivoted on the basis and the core of agriculture, where you can search for a couple of opportunities for your area. When I was talking to the IIT Delhi, I came to know that a couple of scholars, they had taken 2-3 points from my talk, and then they had started their own entrepreneurship into that, and now they are quite successful. It will give a couple of avenues for thought, couple of avenues for further research in the mind. And if you want to move into that direction, I can tell that I am there to help you, to guide you, to mentor you, wherever you need any kind of support, any kind of guidance. My dear friends, now I would like to take you to a couple of slides I have prepared for you to talk here. So that entire talk can go with complete structured manner. I hope my slide is visible, Pratham.
Yes, sir, it is.
All right. So agriculture, futuristic scope in agriculture, that's a topic. And along with that, it's agriculture time to shine, whether it may be agriculture core or agriculture allied sciences. Anyone into the relates of agriculture, it is their time to shine. Here, before starting and going to the flow of talk, I would like to give a couple of things that agriculture, the basis of human civilization. It is clearly central to the lives and livelihood of human beings, but yet agriculture often does not get the attention it deserves. It is the important point कि एग्रीकल्चर जिस रिस्पेक्ट को डिजर्व करता है ये अभी तक उसको नहीं मिला है right and because of that people into the agriculture they are still socially not so esteemed which they really deserve. The flow of my topic will be an introduction about the organization. Then I will talk about India agriculture vital facts. Then I will talk about Honorable PM message to students, agriculture scenario, present, past, future, key challenges, key drivers, agriculture in next century. What will be the face of agriculture in next century that will be there? Then government initiatives and to how to express gratitude to crops. If you want to express the gratitude to the soil and the crop, how we can do that? It's agriculture time to shine, where you will find that couple of scope points will be there, and why study agriculture and agriculture management. So this will be the flow of my talk today. So coming to the an introduction part, it is a basic introduction that I did my MSc Agriculture and PhD in Agriculture. And after completion of my PhD, I did MBA from Stanford and I did postgraduate diploma in rural development. I have been serving to this industry since last more than 25 years, right? And these are the career paths. I started my career with BEC fertilizer. So Pratham can see that the first visiting card of my life that is from BEC fertilizer. And from there, I think that it was BEC, then DuPont, then Biostat. I was heading All India Indofield, then become CEO in GeoLife, and now CEO in CYTOLIFE. So the journey started from the ground. And at that time, it was my aspiration to become a CEO of a good company. And God has fulfilled that. For that, I have been taking myself along the entire journey to be ready for the senior positions. Now we'll talk about the organization. What is CYTOLIFE Agritech Private Limited Mumbai? My dear friends, it's an ISO certified biotechnology company recognized by Government of India, supported by Ministry of Farmer Welfare, and recently it is recognized by International Crop Research Institute, that is ICRISAT, and which Nutrition Eden Prairie USA is the technology partner to the CYTOLIFE in India that is there. And this company has a very good strength on soil and plants, biotic and abiotic challenges. Biotic and abiotic simply means biotic means any challenge to the crop, to the soil, which is because of the living things like bacteria, fungus, virus, and anything. And abiotic challenges means any challenge to the crop because of non-living things like moisture, clouds, drought, and cyclones, and so many other things. The basic belief system of this company is that empowering plants is empowering us. Why? Because I will tell you in the next slide कि हम ऐसा क्यों सोचते हैं कि अगर हम पौधों को empower करते हैं तो हम मनुष्य को empower करते हैं. What is the reason behind that? Right? And another most important thing why I was talking that anybody in this world, they are there to understand agriculture's importance. Because food is a common point where agriculture and nutrition meets. Try to understand that food is a common point where agriculture and nutrition meets. But nutrition is a basic requirement of everyone. And food is a basis of life. So because of all these connections, I keep talking, keep emphasizing that why we say that yes, agriculture is a basis of life for everyone. My dear friends, the vision of the company is to help to build a food system that feeds and nourishes humanity and environment with parity. हम लोग कई बार क्या होता है कि environment को consider नहीं करते, and we just take it as a granted, and then we keep exploiting the entire thing what is in environment, and we think that it is our own property. My dear friends, no. If you are thinking that your own property, so we have to replenish those things to the environment, to the external world as well, where we are lacking. So this is the organization which has the vision to build a food system that feeds and nourishes humanity and environment with parity. The mission of the company is that we offer eco-friendly organic solutions to nurture sustainable food system. The values we trust, we respect, we appreciate, integrate, and nurture all our needs. This is American company called Enrich Nutrition, Enrich, and this is Indian company called CYTOLIFE. And the meaning of the CYTOLIFE is the amalgamation of two words, cyto plus life. Cyto means cell, that is a koshika, and life is life. Any organization which is working biotechnologically at the cellular level to add life, that is CYTOLIFE. And the tagline of the company is bridging agriculture to human health. We know that whatever we eat, but we don't know that how much nutritional value that food carries for our body. The data from FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, they have given a very good data. And the data says that 95% of human nutrition comes from only one place. And the name of the place is soil and the plants. 95% of nutrition, my dear friends. And since we are ignoring that, because of that, we are bound to take supplements from outside. We take food, then we take calcium tablet, boron tablet, zinc tablet, iodine tablet. Why it is needed? Why it is needed? The simple answer is because we have been ignoring the natural source of this, and that is soil and the plants. That is the reason now peoples are awakening, peoples are completely getting alarms from the nature, and they are coming to that. The product categories of this company is bio-nutrition, where seed nutrition, soil nutrition, crop nutrition, bio-fertilizer, bio-protection, and the super specialties kind of product. This company has got very good best wishes and the congratulatory messages from Agriculture Minister, Agriculture Commissioner, Government of India, Agriculture Director from ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, ICRISAT, that is International Director Agriculture, and so many other. And I have been, I think that it is also a privilege to talk that I am one of the key members into the Honorable Prime Minister's Committee for Agriculture. I think that these are the few Zoom meetings images where you can see that, yes, Honorable Prime Minister is addressing, and we are quite privileged to be with you. Now, it was an introduction of the organization. Now I will take you to the topic with a complete flow. So my first question is, I think that you can take the answer in your mind, you can keep the answer in your mind, and at last you can reply. The first question is, human health is made in which factory? Human health is made in which factory? And there are three options. Option number one is Jindal Steel and Power Plants. Right, Pratham? Human health is made in which factory? तो पहला उसका आंसर ऑप्शन है कि जिंदाल स्टील एंड पावर प्लांट. Option number two is NFL plant, where the urea is being manufactured. That is a second. And option number three is none of the above. There are three options for this question. I would like to listen the answer at the last. Right? So human health is made in which factory? Jindal Steel and Power Plant, urea manufacturing plant, and none of the other. If anyone will reply that none of the other, then I would like to listen to him that what is the right answer. If none of the other, then what is other, right? And you people will have to reply me. Another question will be there. Which is biggest self-equipped factory in this world? Which is biggest self-equipped factory in this world, which gives thousands-fold outcomes without any much inputs, right? Another question will be, which is the biggest product in world, which cannot be made through any machine? हमको ये पता है, कोई भी आदमी आज ये पूरे संसार में, entire world, nobody can tell that this is a factory which produces wheat, this is a factory which produces cucumber, this is a factory, this is a laboratory which produces rice. I think that if I have not heard so far, you are also with me. कोई भी संसार में कोई भी laboratory, कोई भी factory नहीं है जो ये कहे कि हमने गेहूं बना दिया, हमने artificial धान बना दिया, artificial सब्जी बना दी. There is no way. There is no way. People can make pen, mobile, rocket, everything in the laboratory, but nobody can make the cereals and the grains in the laboratory so far. All right. So it is so important, my dear friends. इसीलिए रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर का एक बहुत अच्छा स्टेटमेंट था कि ऐ किसान तू सच ही सारे जगत का पिता है. मोस्ट स्पिरिचुअल, मोस्ट सेंटिमेंटल, मोस्ट टचिंग स्टेटमेंट. ऐ किसान तू सच ही सारे जगत का पिता है. A farmer, you are a father of entire nation because you are there to feed the entire nation. Another most important thing, And my compliments to the scholar who are into the agriculture and allied sector, that agriculture adds years to life. Agriculture adds years to life and life to years. I would like to give a proper definition, proper explanation for this statement, my dear friend. If you see anyone who are at any level, any position, any profession, any business, if they get completely puzzled, completely frustrated, where they want to go, they want to go to Ooty, Mansoori, Manali. Why? To see the nature of natural beauty, to feel the beauty of nature. And the moment we talk about the natural beauty, you can't keep aside the agriculture, my dear friends. Agriculture is at the core of the nature. It's a farming being done by the gods. And that is the reason I have been talking that agriculture adds years to life and life to years. जितने साल की जिंदगी है ना, अगर आदमी नेचर के करीब रहता है तो जिंदगी के वर्ष बढ़ जाते हैं, और जितने वर्ष की जिंदगी है ना उसके अंदर एक जीवंतता आती है, एक लाइवनेस आती है, एक हैप्पीनेस आता है बिकॉज ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चर, माय डिफरेंट. सो माय पॉइंट इज it is most important, most vital sector of entire industries. And my compliments to the students who are studying agriculture and agriculture management. Now, which medicine is better? There are two aspects of the medicines performed. One side there is a medicine, there is a vegetables and fruits. Other side also there is a vegetable and fruit. And the basic difference is, the one side, vegetable and fruits, they are having the nutritional value which is required for the body of humans. On other side, the vegetable and fruits, they do not carry the appropriate and relevant nutrition. So because of that, we have to take the supplements, and those supplements are kept in a bowl. So I hope that the right answer is the medicine which is at one side, where the entire vegetable and fruit, they themselves are carrying the nutrition. That is a better medicine, because food itself is a medicine, my dear friend. Food itself is a medicine. And which factory is there who generate the food? The name of the factory is our soil, our mother earth, right? And who are the owner of those factory? The farmer. Who are the doctor of those factory? You people who are studying the agriculture and agriculture management. So lot of, again, compliments and congratulations to you people, my dear friend. And we know that what we eat, we become. हम जो खाते हैं वैसे ही बनते हैं. What we eat, we become. And what we seed, we harvest. And what we harvest, that we eat. There is a continuum cycle. What we eat, जो हम बोते हैं वही हम खाते हैं, जो हम बोते हैं वही हम काटते हैं, और जो काटते हैं वही खाते हैं, right? Because of that, agriculture importance is there, and it will always be there. Now, couple of vital facts of agriculture in India. Number one is कि area wise देखें तो 43% of India's geographical area is under agriculture. It is the second largest agriculture land country. My dear friend, population is near about 140 crore. And percentage GDP share, if you see, I can tell that in 1950s, 1960s, the GDP contribution from agriculture, it was more than 50%, 57% even. And that was gradually getting decreased. And before this pandemic, it came to this 16.5%. And again, because of this pandemic, it started increasing. Now it is 19.9% last year. All right. And workforce engaged in agriculture is more than 62%. There is one very good formula. It is food demand. So D is equal to P plus 2G, where D stands for the food demand, P stands for the population growth rate, and G stands for the income growth. Now, another point that Indian agriculture, let's understand that what is the current scenario of Indian agriculture. Then you people will understand that where Indian agriculture stands. And it is our moral duty to explain to you people, so that your eyes and your understanding should be completely wide about the subject. My dear friends, another very important fact is there, that number of people fed by one farmer in 1950. It is a data from the WHO and FAO. In 1950, one farmer was accountable to cultivate the food to feed how many mouths? 16 mouths. And it is increasing gradually. In 1990, one farmer is accountable to cultivate the food to feed 100 mouths. And in 2020, the data from FAO says that one farmer is accountable or responsible to cultivate the food to feed 200 mouths. And this data is increasing, my dear friend. It's just like this. The bar graph is like this. Can you imagine that where we are leading? Where we are going to handle, how we will handle the situation? And what is the reason behind this? The reason behind this, number one, is the population outbreak. Shrinking of the land, agriculture lands. And another important point I would like to tell here, that in the entire world, people are not only getting worried about to feed their stomach. Now, people are also getting worried to have calorific value of the food. As much as calorific value will be there, the valuation of the price of the that produce, it is going to increase. Taking you ahead, that every day, minimum 3,85,000 new mouth are extra in the world for the food. 3,85,000 बच्चे पर डे जन्म ले रहे हैं और उतने लोगों को हर दिन नया भोजन चाहिए. आप जस्ट इमेजिन करो कितना, और ये इंक्रीजिंग ट्रेंड पे. Where we are going to lead, my dear friends? It's really a matter of worrisome for all the people who are studying agriculture and not studying agriculture. They are trying to take the food. Another important point, that 72% infants are anemic in this country. 42% infants are underweight. And you know what is the reason? Because of the malnutrition of their mothers. Right? So all these things are putting together. And another basic fact, that in India, near about 80% farmers are small or the marginal farmers. They do not have the much thing to do because of their resources, applicability, affordability, and the techno know-hows. All those things are there to take the change. People are talking that this pandemic was something like that, this corona was. I just give emphasis that each and every adversity brings couple of prosperities. So prosperity among adversities, that is the right caption for that, my dear friend. And during this pandemic, we have seen that the big ministers, even chief ministers and governors, and so many big politicians who has the crores of the money in their pockets, but they could not save their life. If money was the complete capable thing to save the life, do you think that they would have failed? No, not at all. The basic thing to save the life is the nutrition in your body, which gives immunity system, which boosts your immunity power. And that is the reason that I'm talking this entire slide for entire global scenario, what is happening and what I have been observing since traveling in more than 20 countries. Earlier, the basic philosophy, basic priority was yield per acre. Now the basic priority is going to be changed from yield per acre to health per acre, right? Because if there is a health, everything is there. If there is no health, all the things are complete wastage of life, right? So yield per acre is going to be changed towards health per acre, and you people will get lot of job opportunities into this priority shift. This priority shift will invite a couple of very good intellectual people from the industry, from the good management institutes, and they will be having a lot of exposure for this entire thing, right? Plant nutrition is not luxury. This is a crucial and need to save the life. And because of that, the agrochemical, it means the fertilizer, pesticide, and all, their CAGR growth rate is decreasing. Earlier it was more than 12%, now it is 2 to 4%, whereas the plant nutrition, it is gaining the CAGR, and it is now more than 12%, 13%. Right? I remember in 1950 when Bengal famine was there, लोगों को खाना नहीं मिलने से मृत्यु होती थी. Right? लोग बोलते थे अकाल मृत्यु हो रही है, because people were dying because of the starvation. They were not getting the sufficient food. Right? So food security was the priority at that time. Now we have abundant foods as of now. So the nutritional security is a shift, is a transition from, I think, that last 5 years. Now we know, if you remember one very good video of Honorable Prime Minister, where he said that हमारी धरती माता बिना आवाज और बिना आंसू के रोती. Why he is saying so connectively? Because I think that there is a group of the scientists behind him, and they have given the data and the basic thing to our Honorable Prime Minister. And basis on that, we understand that the life in the soil, there is a big life beneath the soil that is going to be destroyed. And because of that, soil's health is deteriorating day by day. And one day there is no, I think that exception in India as well, like other countries, that soil can raise its hand that ab humse nahi hota. Right? I have a huge pain in my stomach. Now I can't help you. And that is a situation which is about to arise in Indian agriculture as well. Right? And we must understand that just like a mother nourishes a child, a soil nourishes a plant. Right? And the plant which is feeding us, इसीलिए हमने लिखा एक पॉइंट यहाँ पर देसाई साहब कि माटी मांगे मोर, राइट? और ये माटी मांगे मोर का मतलब है कि हमारी जो सोयल है, it is really demanding couple of more things, and it is alarming to us to to replenish those nutrients, to give the real biological life, to give the real organic content to the soil so that it can keep giving us the right food what we need. Taking you ahead, that if we really want to express the gratitude, what how we can do? There is a pyramid which you see here. That at the base there was a vegetable, fruits, and all those things. It is going to be changed. I think that the basis of the pyramid, that the foundational part is going to be shrink, and the upper part is going to be increased. Pizza, lays, burger, and all those things Pratham also likes much, right? So because of this, all these things are going to be changed. If really we want to do something for the agriculture, if we want to really express our gratitude, we must think that how we can nurture our soil and our plant. Right? I will show you the video at the last that this gentleman, you know, you all might be knowing this gentleman. And he is the man who is optionless commitment man. Whatever he thinks, he does, he proves, right? He's a man of demonstration, right? So it is his sankalp that mitti ko rasayan chemical rahit banana hai. We want to grow the crop which is least chemical, carrying the crops, because it is going to hamper our health of the human. Now, I would like to do a couple of things about the soil and all. Then your entire picture will be clear about Indian agriculture scope, right? We know that only two, if you want to manufacture or make 2 centimeter of the soil, it takes near about 500 years, and even more. It is again a situation, my dear friend. This slide I have brought to you people from the industry as well, right? There was a time when a single bull plow was plowing the entire plot. Then soil become more complicated because of the excess chemical uses, and two bulls required. And after that, what happened? Tractor power required. And even after that, it is also getting completely failed. So motorboat plow came. And now what I see that even in the plows driven by the tractor, people are putting the more weightage, even the plank and the wood or something like that. Why? Because they are thinking that yes, it is the reason the soil can be plowed. If you remember, there is one animal in this planet which doesn't have bones, but it has power to go to the inside of the soil and come outside of the soil. And what is that? It is earthworm. आप सोचो केचुआ जिसपे कोई बोन्स नहीं होती, देसाई साहब, वो पूरी मिट्टी को जुताई कर देता है, पूरा प्लाविंग कर देता है, और ट्रैक्टर वाले पावर वाले जो प्लाउज है ना, वो नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. It is a magic of the agriculture, my dear friends. It is a magic of the nature, and we have to think to bring back that beauty to our nature. For that, we really need agriculturists from the campus like NMMIS, right? And you keep reading in the newspapers that 33% and 40% soil is deteriorated. It is completely lost their entire life and those things. And ये जो बगल में plant आप देख रहे हैं ना, this is the plant which is basis of your nutrition. It is the plant which is basis of my nutrition. And for your remembrance, each and every plant requires minimum 18 nutrients. And out of that 18, 15 are getting supplied from the soil only. Out of 18, 15 are getting supplied by the plant, soil only. And that soil is getting nourished, which is really required a lot of thought process, lot of support from the agri, right? Organic content and all those things. And I can tell why I'm telling this slide, because I know that there are companies in agriculture, there are big multinational companies who are bringing the product to address this challenge of the soil, right? And they are needing the real agriculture management scholars to take this concept ahead, my dear friends. Agrochemical menace on food. We have been reading in newspaper that cancer will kill 1 in 15 Indian. It is WHO data. It is not the data from Dr. Amit Tripathi. WHO ये डेटा दे रहा है कि हर 15 में से एक आदमी को कैंसर की प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, राइट? एंड दिस कैंसर का बेसिक रीजन उसके अंदर बताया गया, दैट इज अ केमिकल्स, एग्रोकेमिकल व्हाट वी ईट। प्रत्येक पेस्टिसाइड का इस्तेमाल कितना बढ़ रहा है, कीटनाशक से कैंसर, लॉट ऑफ न्यूज़पेपर क्लिपिंग्स आई हैव बीन रीडिंग एंड वी आर विटनेसिंग दैट। Why we have to understand that it is the reason. People do say that it is, are we really paying the price for the green revolution? I can tell that because when the green revolution came to the picture, it was an age of hybridization. The hybrid varieties of the crop, high yielding varieties of the crop, they came into the picture. But those high yielding varieties, they also need different package of practices, that are agronomical, physiological, and the physical. And people just get following about the yield of that plant, but they've forgotten about the prescribed package of the nutrients management. And because of that, there is a complete imbalance now, right? And people do say that it is really a problem at this time in Indian agriculture, right? A persistent alarm from the soil, from everywhere. I was there in Punjab. There was a big farmer meeting. A 90-year-old age Punjabi farmer, he stand out and he says that, sir, just tell me that what we should do now. Our soil is poisonous. Our underground water is chemical filled. Our food is with chemical. Our air is polluted. So how we have to survive? And they are migrating to Canada. If you see the Punjab, each and every family, 2-3 members are migrating to Canada from India, right? Now, we'll try to take you towards past of Indian agriculture. So it was a current situation, then you see the past, then I will take you that where is a glory for current time, right? Why, where are the scope for Indian agriculture? In 1940s, people do say that the nutritional value of each and every crop was 40% more than the current time when we are cultivating the food. And आपको ये बताऊं, एक डेटा ये कहता है कि एक सिंगल टोमेटो अगर आप ले लो, तो एक टोमेटो में उतना न्यूट्रिएंट होता था जितना न्यूट्रिएंट के लिए आज आपको 7 टोमेटो यूज करने पड़ते हैं। जस्ट इससे इमेजिन करो आप कि द न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू ऑफ 1 टोमेटो is equivalent to currently being grown chemically 7 tomatoes. So it is the basic difference, and the yield is there, but we have lost the paths of the nutritional values of the foods, right? ये कई जगह हम लोग पढ़ते हैं अक्सर कि भारतीय भोजन में 30 साल पहले जैसी ताकत नहीं रही। Why? And you, I think that you all might be witnessing it. When you are going to the सब्जी मंडी, कभी आप धनिया की पत्ती लीजिए और आप देखिए कि धनिया की पत्ती, पहले देसाई साहब एक धनिया हाथ में लग जाए ना, दिन भर उसकी स्मेल आती थी। आज धनिया की पत्ती पूरी ऐसे लेकर के भी खा जाए तो स्मेल पता नहीं चलता कि धनिया की पत्ती के अंदर क्यों से। आपको सबको याद है कि वास्को डी गामा, when he explored the India, he came by taking the smell of the spices, मसाला की सुगंध लेकर के वास्को डी गामा इंडिया को, and now where that smell has gone because of the chemicalization of the entire food chain system, my dear. And we know that human needs magnesium, zinc, iron, boron, chromium, calcium, everything. And that is the basic source of all these things. They are the plants, right? Another important challenging part, that the farm holding is really decreasing. And all these things will give you avenue for your career, right? You have to explore, you have to invent the technologies where the less land holding person can be equipped with the high technologies. How we can do? There is a precision farming, there are a lot of accurate things are there. But the basic fact is that in 1970-71, 2.28 hectare per person was the basic farm holding size. And now it is 1.16 hectare. My dear friend, basic challenges are there. Couple of challenges: degradation, biotic challenges, nutrient use efficiency, declining soil health. Basic challenges are there in the Indian agriculture. And we know, as at the initial slides I told you, that the basic source of human nutrition is soil and the plants. But our soil and plant is getting less nutrient from the 1950 to the 2020 areas, right? 20 साल के अंदर में there is a huge depletion, and because of that the increasing trend of the nutrient deficiency in the soil. That is this slide shows. Now, future agriculture. These slides will give you the future. My dear friend, there was a scientist, McDowell in US, very renowned scientist. And you know what he said? He said a very good dynamic line that pathogens are not real cause of plant disease. They only attack to unsuitable varieties which are improperly grown. And their true value agriculture is that of sensor for pointing out the crop which are imperfectly nourished. It is a statement from the McDowell family. And he said that disease resistance seems to be the natural reward of healthy and well-nourished protoplasm. एक बड़ा important example मैं इसमें देता हूँ. There are two persons, right? Pratham and Yug, and both goes outside of the room. And when the first rainfall comes, right? तो पहला rainfall होता है, दोनों लोग बाहर जाते हैं, दोनों भीगते हैं. दोनों भीगते हैं का मतलब यह है why first rainfall? Because during the first rainfall, all the bacteria, virus, fungus in the environment, they come down, they fell down, and the both people, Yug and Pratham, will get completely wet. And after that, they both come inside the room, and what will happen? They will see that one person is started sneezing, fever, headache. He will search for the crocin, paracetamol. Other person will have a couple of, I think, that cup of tea, and he will be sitting. Do you feel that the reason for this sickness was this pathogen? No. If the pathogen were the real sickness reason, both must have sick. But one person becomes sick, one person is healthy. It demonstrates that the reason of sickness is not outside, it is inside, my dear friend. It's most important point what I'm making here. Dr. Desai will be, I think, that with me on this. The reason for this sickness is not in outside world, it is in inside world. And the moment I see inside world, it simply signals that the nutritional value of the body, which is the basic thing for the disease resistance, it is because well-nourished protoplasm will nourish our bloods, right? And the moment our blood is nourished, I think that the external world cannot affect us.
It's a good primer. It's a good primer, Dr. Tripathi. Thank you very much. And in fact, Pratham and you also will agree with me. How did you develop yourselves into a CEO, by the way? What made you to come to industry rather than going to a job?
True, sir.
Because we'll make it more interactive so that our people enjoy that. Because we have first audience, so that will be good for them to enjoy.
Correct. So if you see that in between we can interact, I am ready for that, and I love to have interactions in between as well, right? And if they feel that at the last they will have interactions, I'm okay for that also. So here, the ICT information, the communication technologies, it is going to take a complete big place in Indian agriculture history. Earlier, I was thinking that I was just seeing that farmer is having the plow on the shoulder, and that was the image of Indian agriculture. Phate kapde pehna hai, kandhe pe hal liya hai, and that was the basic thing of image of the agriculture. Now, the Indian farmer will live like completely engaged with the artificial intelligence, completely circled with artificial intelligence. They are intelligent people now, right? Now, here you will see that digital agriculture market is increasing, and the CAGR of 12.2% and more, even more than that. Market size for digital-based agriculture is increasing day by day, right? Here is scope. Lot of government projects are there, right? E-Parwana, farm implement delivery system, a lot of things are there from the government as well for the farming communities, right? Many scopes, many visions, and they are already into the action. Agri diagnostic, a proactive solution. Here I would say that when I was there in US for my MBA part, I observed there that you can meet to the senator of Sansad, Vidhayak, minister, this will mill appointment list, but you don't have sufficient resources to take the appointment from the farmer. One farmer means 5,000 hectare owner, right? And they are the people who never apply anything in their farm without or unless and until they do not go for the agriculture diagnosis of that crop or the soil. What is the real problem? And the moment they diagnose the problem, then they go for the solution. In Indian agriculture, what we do, everything is on the basis of the gut feeling, right? Whatever comes to my mind, it is correct. We never prefer for the gut, for the agriculture diagnostics and agriculture precision, right? But we think that it is just agriculture. No, it's not like that. Whatever we are giving to the agriculture, that is going to come back to us. So we have to be careful that what has to be added to the plate that must go to the proper way, and that is the cycle from the soil, plant, and your plates, right? Nutritional farming, another most important thing. I can tell that all the multinational companies, they are coming in India, they are hiring the students from the agriculture management, and they are thinking that if the student have the feeling about the soil, if they have the right feeling about the nutritional farming, then they will be having more interactive, more interested, and they will get more, I think, that better opportunity for their career and for the jobs, right? These are the basic things. Agriculture diagnosis, why? Couple of companies, they have developed the tools, and they are the companies being run on the basis of the agriculture diagnosis and all. There are three basic reasons. Number one is the cost of cultivation. The moment you are there to diagnose the crop's problem, it means the cost of cultivation will be reduced. The moment crop is getting the right diagnosis, it means the right treatment, it will give the optimum yield. And the third part, the excess chemical load, which is going to be loaded into your soil and the plant, that will also be minimized of the decrease. There are the chips which plant leaf can be put and entire thing can be measured in the computer screen. All those things are the next agriculture, right? And which is taking place in Indian agriculture as well. Gratitude to crops. The better is there is no better way to show gratitude to your crops. I think that rather than using solutions to help restore the natural balance of your soil and the plant, right? That is most important. I think that television, they have also given a couple of space to us for talking about all these things. So I have been talking that मिट्टी की सेहत और मनुष्य का स्वास्थ्य क्या रिश्ता है दोनों के बीच का. Now I am exploring the opportunity to reach to the आपकी अदालत रजत शर्मा का शो जो है, are in that kind of the national channel where I really want to explore and give the complete light to this thing, that people into the different domains of the business, they must give due respect to the agriculture because it is their food. It is not their house, it is not their mobile, it is not their car, but it is their food, which is the first and foremost basic thing to live in the world. Right? Lot of things are there into Doordarshan's and all. Now, question comes that how we can correct this problem. कैसे correct कर सकते हैं? Time to decide. Think and act, my dear. Decision is with you that how we really want to correct it. Opportunities for agriculture and allied sciences. I think that it is the interesting slide for you people. That what are the opportunities for you people for agriculture? Why study agriculture and agriculture management? कई बार मैं लिखता हूँ. I think that earlier I had written one article that कृषि क्षेत्र में career की अपार संभावनाएं. There is a university at Bhopal. They had invited me for that lecture. Right? If you see that what is near about more than 50,000 agriculture graduates per year are getting passed on. Out of that, 36% goes for the post-graduation and 28% goes for the private sector. Then couple of percentages for the government sector, some for post-graduation in business management, some for entrepreneurship, some for unemployment. So this is a pie chart of entire agriculture graduates from that more than 50,000 per year are coming out and where they are going. So that is the basis. Career for agriculture. So we have been seeing that there are n number of sectors are there. Agriculture education professional, agriculture scientist, agriculture business professional, agriculture entrepreneur, crop consultant, exhibition, farm manager, human resource, international agriculture consultant. Lot of avenues are there. And within the agriculture specific thing, then production, agriculture mechanics, agriculture engineering, right? Agriculture processing, horticulture, rural development, different sectors are there. If you talk particularly in the bucketing field of Indian agriculture, then you will find that seed industry, fertilizer industry, pesticide industry, and robot, machineries, all those things are there. Scope for agriculture education, if we talk, Then education on role of farmer in increasing productivity from their land resources. There are companies who are working in only one section of this. Big multinational company, more than 20,000 crore turnovers are there, right? And here you are having the opportunities. Education on role of private investment in agriculture. Education and awareness on credit facilities to farmer. Education on use of water resources. Strong marketing infrastructure. Effective agro-processing techniques. Government is also supporting, even international governments are also supporting. WHO is giving huge fund for that as well. If you see into the civil services, so civil services, assistant professor, horticulture, lot of government job, custom officers, and horticulture inspectors, there are opportunities into that. Self-employment in horticulture, lot of things, seed, mushroom, florist, horticultural, cold storages, horticultural produce, all those things are there. If you see extension, you will find agriculture journalism. I can tell you that आज तक में आप लोग देखते हैं ना श्वेता सिंह को, अंजना ओम कश्यप को, तो लगता है कितने इंटेलिजेंट लोग हैं. You know that what are their packages. कभी आप पता करना कि what packages they are getting, right? अंजना ओम कश्यप and श्वेता सिंह, big corporate packages they are getting, right? Agriculture journalism is also a very good emerging avenue, my dear friends. If anyone out of you has the characteristic to become outspoken, right, then they can also make their career into agriculture. और मैं आपको बता दूं कि आने वाले 5 साल के अंदर, within next 5 years, you will find huge scope is there, big scope is there, and you can think yourself to make your career as well into that direction. Agriculture venturing, right? So a lot of agriculture venturing segments are there for agriculture scholar.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry to
Yeah.
interrupt. I guess we got some questions in the chat. I would like to dictate for you. The question is, as you said, each and every adversity brings a ray of prosperity. Can you please share what change you noticed in agricultural ecosystem post-pandemic from consumer as well as service provider point of view?
Okay. So I think that you hardly couple of slides are there. Let I finish this, then we'll come for the question answer, all the questions and answers. Just one moment, right? Employment in agriculture, so how it is increasing right from the 2008 to 2020, huge increase in agriculture part that. But the basic trait, which is I think that you may ask also that what are the key traits any industrialist looks into agriculture scholar. So high skill, high will is visionary people, high skill, low will is potential, but of no use, low skill, high will, that is just like monkeys, and low skill, low will are the parasites. So you have to categorize yourself that where you want to categorize. But important thing, the art of marketing is the art of brand building. If you are not a brand, you are a commodity, right? It's a statement from the Philip Kotler. Tremendous scope for opportunity for agriculture that is there. Proud to be an agrico that is also there, right? और ये बात भी सही है कि पौधे हमारे बिना जीवित रह सकते हैं, किंतु मनुष्य पौधों के बिना जीवित नहीं रह सकता. That's most important factor. It is agriculture's time to shine, right? And along with that, this is a slide of the thank you so much. Now I think that we'll go for the question and answer session. I would like to answer all your things what are in your mind. Now I think that it is open session. Correct.
Okay, so the question is, you
Right.
said that each and every adversity brings a ray of prosperity. So can you please share like what change you noticed in the agricultural ecosystem post-pandemic from consumer as well as service?
I think that it's a very good thing, I would like to highlight here that before pandemic, there was a situation in agriculture industry that people were not worrying about the quality of the food. They were only worrying about the full plate of their food. Now, each and every person is quite cautious that what we should eat, why we should eat, what kind of nutritional value our food must contain. And if we are talking about the nutritional value of our foods, it's a big paradigm shift from because of this pandemic. Because of only this pandemic, and I would like to say that the credit must go to that pandemic. If it would have not happened, the people still would have been thinking that nahi, hum to bas bhar plate khana khaye, that is sufficient. So because of that, there is the industrial change. What is industrial change? Industrial change is all the companies, big multinational companies, they were only putting the huge money for the research and development for agrochemicals. Now they are reorienting their huge money for the research and development in the field of plant nutrition and the soil health. That's a big, big change, right? And I have been witnessing it. And that kind of change is giving a lot of new scope for Indian agriculture people. I hope I could answer your question.
Yes, sir, you definitely did that. Sir, moving to the next question, people would love to know can you provide the insight into your role as a key speaker in the government of India's mission organic farming and what you have emphasized during these session? Could you please share these with us?
Very good. Actually, government has started one department vertical called NCOF, National Center for Organic Farming Mission. And under the banner of NCOF, National Center for Organic Farming Mission, there are a couple of regions, and they are running as RCOF, Regional Center for Organic Farming Mission. Patanjali, you might be knowing, you might have heard about the Patanjali. They have got
Yes,
huge money from government of India to promote organic farming. My role is also like that NCOF, National Center for Organic Farming Mission, they keep inviting me as an speaker to address their entire mob from us because we understand the industry, we understand the farmer, we understand the science of agriculture. So all the three things, farmer, industry, and entire corporate, all those three things putting together, the government of India, NCOF, RCOF are inviting and they are taking the points and based on our point, they make the policies, right? So that's an answer. Next question.
Yes, yes. Next question is like, how can we effectively return to the agricultural practices of our rich ancestral heritage while addressing the imperative of food security?
No, your
In
voice
this
is not.
context,
Voice is not audible perfectly. There is a.
am I audible, sir, now?
No, not perfectly. Please repeat it.
Yes, yes. Am I audible now?
Yes, you can post your question in chat.
It's there in chat already. Yug, your voice is breaking. The point is that, Pratham, you can tell, you can do that.
Yes, sir, I can do that. I request you to please share the question in the chat so that we can move to the next question and take Yug's questions later.
Is it this question that how can we effectively return to the agricultural practices of our rich ancestral heritage while
Yes.
addressing the imperative of food security in the
Yes, sir.
context? What role do students pursuing agricultural studies play? That's
Yes.
a good question. Let I answer that. How we can effectively return to the agricultural practices of our rich ancestral heritage? I think that who asked this question? Jay Gurania, right? I appreciate your this question, my dear friend. I would like to give one very good example for this. While doing my PhD work, when I was doing agriculture, doctorate in agriculture, I was traveling to some remote areas in country. One most important example I would like to quote here that when the moment I went to the tribal village, I asked to the tribal people that how do you save your crop? You know what answer I got? They said, sir, we don't have the sufficient money to purchase the pesticide, agrochemical to save our crop. Then how do you do that? He said, there is a hill in near to my village. I can take to that hill. And into that hill, there is a plant. Even we don't know the name of the plant, the botanical name of the plant. But there is a plant from where we take fresh twigs of that plant, bring to our farm, bring to our plot, and there is a water into the paddy field. We keep big, at least 5 by 5 meter distance, those fresh twigs of that plant, and there is a water. And after 24 hours, we see that I don't know that what kind of odor or the smell getting spread because of that. I think that exudates of that fresh twigs. But all the insects of that paddy, which are of the sucking nature, they are going beyond. Why? I asked them that from where you learned this. They said, no, sir, I don't know. Since my forefathers have been following this, I am also following it. But if you ask me what is the scientific rationality behind this, I can't tell you because I don't know that what is the scientific rationality, but it's a fact of life. My dear friends, I took that plant, come to my agricultural colleges, take it to the laboratory, and I found that it is an plant which has the genetic characteristic, which has the expressive character for the sucking pest. Right? Because of that, the repellent action is there. Right? But if you ask the science to the farmer, they don't know. Another example I would like to give. There is a food storage system in villages, and they are making the mud houses. वो मिट्टी का बड़ा एक बर्तन बनाते हैं, कोठी बोलते हैं उसको. उसको वो grain storage करते हैं. And they were saying, sir, we never use the sulfas. हम कभी भी sulfas use नहीं करते. Then I asked, how do you do that? They said we have a technology कि वो क्या करते हैं कि after filling the entire pot with completely grains, the moment it comes to the next size, then they put I think that big plate. I think that it is made of the soil, big plate of the soil, and in that plate they keep a candle, which is burning candle. And after that, after giving the height, again it is completely airtight, completely airtight. I asked what is the reason behind this. They said, sir, I know only thing. If we do this practice, I can keep the entire grain for 50 years. No need of any agrochemical. Then I asked that why it is, and from my scientist, and I got the answer. It is because all the oxygen within that house, that mud house, is getting burned, so no insect can develop. All the insects need the oxygen, and that was the science. But they were not knowing what is the scientific rationality, but they have been using since forefathers' time, and they are very successful. It is a traditional wisdom, my dear friend. It is called indigenous technological knowledge, in short, ITK, right? So going back towards, if you are asking that how we can go back to our ancestral properties of agriculture technologies, whatever farmer we are using, I would like in light here that the peoples into advanced agriculture, they are returning back to our natural agriculture, right? And all the people who were using the traditional wisdom, that traditional wisdom has to be scientifically dressed up, and that will be more effective for current agriculture and the future agriculture. So don't worry, the industry is there to take care of this, and it has started. Our Honorable Prime Minister has taken the initiative, and we are there to support into that direction. So your question, I very much appreciate your question, and I can assure you that it is the way it started agriculture, taking old things, indigenous technological, and that is scientifically being dressed now. Next question.
Sir, a question has arise. Sir, could you please provide an example of complex project you encountered within the agribusiness sector and explain how efficiently you guide your team to achieve a successful outcome?
Very good question. I think that the most critical factor in agriculture industry for the CEO is the people management, right? Everything can be managed because all those things are materialistic things. But managing one thing is most important and most vital for any organization, that is a people management. Until and unless you are not completely aligned with the people management skill, nothing is going to happen. Tasks cannot be prioritized. Tasks cannot be managed. People has to be managed. And as a leader, the skill of the people management is most important. The person who is understanding the skill of managing the people, they are quite successful leader. I can tell how it is. There are a couple of examples I will give. In my previous organization, that was near about 500 team strength is there. And there was a very big attrition rate. When I joined, I took that responsibility. Very big, fast attrition. People were joining the company. Within 3, 4, 5 months, they were leaving the company. The next batch is coming. Then again, after within 5, 6 months, they were leaving the company. Couple of months, I was quite worried about this, that why it is happening. Then during the exit interview of the people who are leaving the company, I started joining that exit interview with a different name so that they cannot not understand that who am I. And I started listening their voice. And I found that the moment they took this job, They were having a different perception in their mind about the organization. This is that organization, this has this vision, this mission, way of working, product profiling and everything, and their skill management as well. But within 3-4 months, they got that it is not that organization what they were looking for. And because of that, the attrition started happening. Then I got into the project. I guided my HR head to take this as a project. And into that project, the things were completely explained in a complete, clear manner. Factor number 1, factor number 2, factor number, there are 5 factors. And in each and every factor, I took the challenge that within next 6 months, there must be tremendous scope of opportunity to retain the people, to guide them, to give them the right direction for their career. And the moment each and every person who is joining any company, they are thinking this is the right company for their perspective, for their traits, and for their future, they do not leave. And as a leader, एक अच्छे लीडर की पहली पहचान ये होती है कि किसी भी एम्प्लॉय को, किसी भी टीम मेंबर को you can take as a product. The moment I take the scholars from the fresher from the management institutes, I do take them as a product. And the way we work into the product, this is a product, it is the product positioning, product USP, product को develop करना, सारी चीजें. In the same manner, we have to work with a person's personality, that it can become a glorified person, and he can feel that what is the best out of that. एक बंदे को हम ज्वाइन कराते हैं ना, तो we must work into that personality, and he should feel that it is the best version of him. Then there is a leadership. और ये changes जब मैंने किया, the moment I got success into doing this, then the retention level of the organization increased very fast. People started appreciating, right? So that was one of the example of the people management. And हर दिन, every day, I keep, I think that aside couple of hours, 2 hours or 3 hours, to invest into the people management talk, to talk with HR team, sometime to talk with finance team, sometime to talk with the R&D team, sales marketing team, and all. And what I think, that thought process must be inculcated up to the ground level team. Then there is a complete sarigama padhanisa, complete harmony in the organization. Then organization performs, right? So that was the basic, I think, that thing, what challenge I was facing, and during the phase, I could got over that challenge.
Sir, as we are running out of time, I would like to ask the last question. That would be, what's the last piece of advice you would like to leave the audience with?
So the last piece of important advice is that whatever you do from the bottom of your heart, my dear friend. If you are studying agriculture, if you are studying engineering, if you are studying the pharmaceutical or any management, you must love it, right? If you are really thinking that whatever you are doing, it is of worth and it is loving to your nature, then there is no way of the success retention. हर जगह आपको 100% success मिलेगी, but till the time you are loving what you are doing, right? Whatsoever you are doing, no task is small, no task is big, no task is less important, no task is high important. It is the only your thought process which will give more light into that what exactly you like. तो जो भी आप काम करते हैं उसको पूरे शिद्दत से करिए. आप पढ़ाई करते हैं, एग्रीकल्चर की पढ़ाई करते हैं, you must be thankful to the God that He has given the opportunity to study agriculture. If you are studying at NMIES, then you must thankful to the God and your parents. Because of them, you are got admitted into the Narsi Munji Institute of Management, right? Whatever you do, you give your 100%, my dear friend, and the result will be 200% with me. That's my last advice to you people.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I would request the audience to please, if they can, turn on their cameras so that we can capture a moment with Dr. Amit Tripathi, sir.
Yes, that I would also like to have.
Yes, sir, definitely. Sir, I guess we are done with that. Sir, I would
Okay.
request you to continue.
I personally learned a lot from this session about agribusiness, its past, its future, and all. It was a really wonderful and informative one. We are indeed very grateful to have this interaction with you. Got good insights of agribusiness on behalf of our entire Serotonin team and student community. Would like to thank Dr. Amit Tripathi for sparing his valuable time and interacting with our students.
Definitely, I have also boosted my knowledge in the field of agriculture and more of agriculture in the food and security sector. So I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Sutalain Desai sir and our faculty mentor Harshal Kotwal sir for their consistent support and guidance. Lastly, we would like to thank all the wonderful participants for joining us today and making this a successful session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really thankful to you, Pratham, that you got connected with me, and because of you and Dr. Desai, it
Yes,
is
sir.
my privilege to be with you people. And I do assure that whenever Dr. Desai will invite me, I will be at your center as well for the physical sessions. All right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
Thank you.